Hey guys, it's Katie with Factory Direct Craft, and today I'm going to show you how to make these icicle ornaments. What you need for this project is some jute or twine, a pair of scissors, a hot glue gun, some pipe cleaners, and I used white, some borax, a pot, a dowel or stick, and some water. So once you've grabbed your materials, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start by preparing our pipe cleaners, which will become our icicles. So first you want to cut your pipe cleaners all the same length so that you'll have matching icicles. And I'm going to do mine about 4 inches long. And they need to be a length that can hang in your pot or jar that you're using to boil the borax without touching the bottom of the pot. So you just go ahead and trim those to length. Now we need to tie them on a piece of jute to hang on our stick that will go over top of our pot. So I'm going to cut about a 5-inch piece of jute. Leave about 3/4 of an inch of pipe cleaner, and then tie the jute in a knot around the top. Just like that. Once that's knotted, you go ahead and pull your stick over and tie your jute close to the top. Just like so. And you go ahead and repeat this step until you have the right number of icicles that you want to make hanging off of your stick. I'm going to hang this over a large pot. So just remember you need them far enough away so they will hang without touching, but they can't touch the sides of the pot either. So just keep that in mind as you're playing with your spacing. Okay, so go ahead and prepare your pipe cleaners, and now I'm going to show you how to prepare your borax. So after you've prepared your pipe cleaners, we're going to go ahead and boil our borax. So you'll need for every 3 cups of water, 9 tablespoons of borax. So I'm going to go ahead and see how much water I want to fill up my pot, and I'm using quite a large pot. But this will really depend on, again, just the pot you're using. Now we need our water to be at a complete boil before we add the borax, so I've got my stove turned on high. So I'm just going to give this a minute. Once we get the right amount of water in there, I'll just give it a minute to boil, and then I'll show you the next step. So there we go. I have 15 cups of water in there. So again, that's 9 tablespoons of borax for every 3 cups. Now that our water is boiling, it's time to add our borax. So I have 15 cups in here. So that is 45 tablespoons of this detergent. So I'm going to go ahead and open the box and start adding. And 45 tablespoons. So now I'm going to stir this up, and you want to leave the water boiling until your water is completely clear and the borax is totally dissolved. So that's probably about 4 or 5 minutes on that high heat, and then we can remove it from the heat and move on to our next step. So I'm just going to let this thoroughly dissolve, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Okay, so I just removed my pan from the heat, and it was boiling for about 4 to 5 minutes, and now my mixture is completely clear. So now I'm going to go ahead and hang my little pieces of pipe cleaner. Now remember, it's important that they're not touching each other or the sides of the pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and lower them down in. And these two are touching, so I'm going to just kind of rearrange that. And there we go. You're just gonna let these set in the mixture for about 8 to 12 hours and you'll watch the crystals form. So I'm gonna leave this here overnight and I will show you guys the finished results tomorrow morning. So my crystals have been soaking overnight and you can pull them out and see that they formed quite nicely. So the next step is making them into your ornaments. So you're gonna go ahead and trim the crystals off and just lay them on a paper towel to get the rest of that borax solution off. And I'm just going to pat these dry. There we go. Now what you want to do is cut off the jute that you had wrapped around it before. And now we're ready to make them into the ornaments. So now there's two ways that you can do this, and it really depends on how much pipe cleaner you have left at the top. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to cut off, most of mine have about 1.5 inches left. I'm going to show you if you don't have that much left what to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off this extra pipe cleaner. So now it's just the crystals there. So I'll first show you this one with just the crystals. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to cut a piece of jute about 8 inches long and tie the end in a knot by wrapping it around your finger just like this and push it as close to the bottom as you can. On that knot, apply a generous amount of hot glue and we're going to glue that right to the top of the crystal. And this is the method to use if you don't have enough pipe cleaner at the top. So then you're going to go ahead and let that dry and then that ornament is ready to be displayed. The other method, if you have enough pipe cleaner at the top, simply fold it in half and wrap it around itself, creating a little loop. Cut your piece of about 8 inches of jute and string it through your hanger and go ahead and knot the end. So those are the two ways that you can turn these into ornaments. They're super pretty on the tree. You can make a whole set and they're really inexpensive and a great way to decorate for the holidays. Anyways, I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this project. Thanks so much for watching.